Hey guys, how are we? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about Botox and filler because, well, that's the title of the video and that's why you clicked on it. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. Be weird if I was talking about something else. So I've gone for a different look today. I just slicked back my hair, no makeup on. I just want you guys to see my face. I did get Botox and filler yesterday. So this is less than 24 hours later. And I do get some questions sometimes about like, can you tell? Can you see it? Like, are you bruised? Things like that. So that's what we've come up with. I am not promoting Botox and filler. I'm not saying to go get it. All I'm saying is do you. I'm doing me. So I did take some clips while I was at the place yesterday. Grace, she's so amazing. She's so lovely. She let me pull out my camera. I didn't know if it was weird or not, but she was on board with it. So I do want to mention before I get started, this video does have needles in it and it does have some blood. I'm a bleeder. That's of no fault of Grace's. I'm a bleeder, you guys. So Mom, Nana, I'm not sure this video is for you. Okay, maybe click on another one. I think I got some good clothing hauls coming up for you. So over the years, I do have a lot of questions from my friends about, Botox and filler. Basically narrowed it down to 3 categories. So we've got pain, pricing, and frequency. So I'm going to talk about all of those later in the video, but firstly I just want to talk about what I get done, why I started doing it, things like that. So just to give you an overview of what I'm doing. When it comes to me going to see Grace, I love her. She is everything. She is absolutely amazing at what she does. If she wasn't already married, I would probably propose to her. What we wanted to do with my face was keep it natural. I didn't want anyone to look at me and go, oh, you've had your lips done, or oh, what have you done? Like, you look weird, or, I'm not sure that's anyone's goal, but I was just really vocal about that when we were first meeting, that I wanted everything to look super, super natural. So that is what we always do. So as far as Botox, I have been getting Botox for a good few years now. I started doing it in my late 20s. It was more of a preventative thing. That's a lie. I did have some wrinkles. I don't know why I just lied. I did have wrinkles, but I guess I was preventing them from getting worse. So I was starting to notice a lot of lines on my forehead, and it was getting to the point where I was seeing like my makeup settling in those lines, and that's when it really bothered me to the point where I was like, I have to do something about this. It was making me so self-conscious, so uncomfortable, so I just thought, let's do it. So I do get Botox all over my forehead. I also get it to lift my eyebrows a little bit. Naturally, one of my eyebrows is, I don't know which one, but naturally one of my eyebrows is quite lower than the other. So that's definitely something that, you talk to your person about. So she does Botox around here, stop the lines, stop as much movement going on in my forehead when I raise my eyebrows, and also to lift the eyebrows slightly and to lift one more to make them more even. I mean, this is 24 hours later and you can see that I do still have some movement. Hopefully that will go down a bit more, but what's in my eye? Oh, there's a whole cat hair. I also get Botox around the sides of my eyes. I just didn't like them. Like up here was quite cute and nice, but I started to see they were like coming down my cheeks, so that had to stop. So I get Botox around here as well. And I also get Botox right here for my frown lines. That's already started kicking it a bit, so you can't really see that too much. And recently, what we've figured out is best for me. I can't say enough how important it is to find someone who is not only really, really good at what they do and know what they're talking about, but also someone that you feel really comfortable with. So someone that you're able to, express your concerns, ask your questions, figure out kind of a plan together. I mean, it's your face. It's your face. Don't just let people get in there with needles without talking to them, without knowing what they're doing. Just make sure you do your research, have conversations, ask questions. When I first started seeing Grace, I think I did an entire appointment with her where we just talked. That was it. No needles involved at all. We just met each other. We talked about what I wanted, what she thought was best. She explained everything to me, how she could make, my dreams come true with my face. But over time, we've kind of tweaked things and perfected things. So a new place that I'm now getting Botox is around my lips. I think they call it the lip flip. There's one up here on each side and then two down here as well. And what it does is it just kind of tightens these muscles and kind of just pulls your lips back slightly, just makes them more fuller. I know that Grace did say that people often get the Botox around your lips in between lip filler appointments just to keep it looking fresh, just so you don't get filler as much. But what we've done is, instead of getting one whole syringe of filler, which I have tried, it didn't look bad, it looked fine, but what works best with me is we do half a syringe of filler in my lips and the lip flip at the same time every time I go. I think that's what works best on my face, with my lips, so I think that looks the most natural on me, so that is what we do. So Botox, 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 and a bit around my lips as well. And as far as filler goes, I just get it in my lips. That's it. Like I said, we do half a syringe. I did actually talk to her quickly yesterday when I was with her about the different types of filler, so I'll try and insert that here so that you guys can see, kind of be a part of the consultation a little bit, and why she chooses what filler to do what area of your face, basically. So is there different kinds of fillers?
Yes. The reason why I'm using this one today is
what do we use?
Right now we're using the Vobella because we're using half cc, a half syringe. In the past, you and I have also used the velour because we split it between your lips and your other areas. Right. So if we're just treating your lips, then we've been using Vobella because it comes in half syringe. But if we're doing multiple areas, then sometimes we'll do the other filler that comes in a full syringe that we can split around.
Also, as well as my lips, I do sometimes get a little bit in my chin. I don't know if you can see, but I have like a really deep, what even do you call that? But it's really deep and I don't like it because I think it's quite dramatic from my lip to my chin. Again, something I talked to Grace about, something that we discussed. So sometimes she does put a little bit of filler in my chin just to kind of draw it out and make that a little more subtle. Also, I want to mention the reason I started getting my lips done was kind of the same reason as the Botox. It wasn't that I wanted to change my lips, change my face really, or how I look, despite what my mom keeps telling me. But I just felt that as the years went on, I just thought that my lips looked like old. They looked quite sad, if that makes sense. They just got a bit thinner over time. They just looked smaller. And I just, basically what I wanted was, I wanted my lips to look, without makeup, the same as they do when I put lip liner on, just fresh and just a bit more full. So that's why we don't do that much filler in my lips anyway, only half a syringe, just to make them, give them a bit more life, basically. I do remember the picture though that I took that made me think, yeah, enough's enough, I need to do something about my lips. I'll see if I can insert it here. Okay, so on to the questions first. Pain. Yeah, it hurts. It's a needle and it's going into your face. It hurts. I say Botox, not so much, not really. We don't use any kind of numbing cream for the Botox, nothing like that. I wouldn't, feel the need to. Botox, not a big deal. Some of them you can't even really feel. Some of them there's a little pinch. I mean, it's a needle. It literally just feels like the tiniest little pinch, and she goes about this fast. Like, she goes really, really quickly. She'll have me, push my eyebrows together so she knows exactly where she's going to inject, raise my eyebrows, same thing, she knows what she's doing, and smile so that she can see where those lines are. I'm not very good with pain. Like, I do not have a high pain tolerance at all, but Botox not a big deal to me. It's probably not as bad as you're making it up in your mind. Like, it's just tiny little pinches. Like I said, some of them you can't even feel them at all. Filler. That hurts. I'm not gonna lie. If people tell you it doesn't hurt, they're lying, or they have a crazy high pain tolerance. So usually what we do before we do my lips is we do a topical numbing cream. So that's like the white cream that you can see on my lips in these videos I'm putting in. But what we decided to do this time, which is a little bit differently, so what she did was she actually gave me injections of lidocaine. So she did under like the inside of my lip. She did 1, 2, 3, 4. Those hurt. Those did sting, and I was pre-warned that they would sting. You can call Grace whatever, but she's not a liar. It hurt. It really stung. 4 quick injections that did hurt was worth it to me because then when she did the filler in my lips, it didn't hurt at all. You do talk a bit funny, and that lidocaine does keep your mouth numb basically for the rest of the day. So that was really interesting going out to eat after. But yeah, well worth it in my opinion. If they offer that, I would do that. In summary, Botox, I'll give about 2 out of 10 on the pain scale. And lips, with just the topical numbing cream, I'll give it about a 7 out of 10 on the pain. And the lidocaine, I will give about a 7 out of 10 on the pain for the injections, but then a 0 out of 10 on the pain after the injections. I could not feel a thing. I was almost bored. Like that's how numb I was. It was amazing. Okay, pricing. This is actually quite a hard one to answer, but it's probably my most asked question from my friends, like, how much do you pay? Long story short, I pay a lot. I pay a lot of hard-earned cash to try to stay looking young. It definitely depends. It depends where you go, what you get done, how much Botox you have, how much filler you do, what kind of filler you do. It all factors in. So Right, I'm just gonna rip off the band-aid and say I pay probably at least $850 every time I go. That is a bit expensive, I'll admit. I would never go anywhere else. I do not trust anybody else besides Grace to do this. I do have friends that go and get Botox and they pay $200-300. So it all depends. But long story short, I pay a lot. I'm fine with what I pay, but you know, there are places and people that do it for less. Just be careful and make sure you're going to the right people. That's all I can say. Okay, frequency. So this 24 hours later, it takes up to 2 weeks for your Botox to kick in. So I still, should I zoom it? Still got some movement going on here. A lot of people don't know that. It does take up to 2 weeks for your Botox to kick in. So don't expect to leave and just be, have the results right away. It does take some time. Also, after 24 hours, even when you leave, so I know that when I was getting it done, you could see like little bumps and I was bleeding a little bit. But even by the time I leave, you can't tell I've had it done at all. All the little bumps go down. There's no marks, no bruising. I've never had bruising with Botox anywhere. Filler is instantaneous, obviously. So when you leave, the only thing with the lips is they are a bit swollen when you leave. So as the Botox is kicking in, over the next couple of days, the lips will actually go down a bit. So Grace will ask me when I'm there, like she'll say, is this a good size for your lips? Because if you like it now, we need to do a bit more because it's going to go down. But if you think they're a little big now, then they'll be perfect, if that makes sense. So your lips are going to go down, then your Botox is going to kick in. The first time I got my lips done, I did get some bruising. I'll see if I can find pictures of when I first got my lips done. I get slight bruising. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Also, Grace gave me an ice pack. She said I could just ice it and then, make the bruising go away faster. But ever since then, I don't you can see, I don't have any bruising. I don't really get bruising with it now. So don't think that you're gonna bruise every single time. You might not even bruise the first time. You might, I think everyone's just very different. I think also I've heard of people taking like arnica pills. I'm not gonna suggest that because I didn't run that by Grace before I sat down to film this. But I know arnica does help with bruising. So I don't know I think some people do take that. I don't. So, and like I said, I'm a bleeder. I bleed, I bruise. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to, leave with like black and blue lips. Not the case at all. It wasn't anything crazy like that. They are quite sore. For a couple days, I would say they're a bit sore and they're quite hard. So don't leave and then plan on going home and like kissing your significant other or kissing whoever, you can, but it's going to be weird. And yeah. They hurt a bit just for a couple of days and then they're completely fine, they soften up. But I go back to see Grace every about 3-4 months and I basically just get everything touched up every time. Well, that's how I have been doing it. Again, if I go in and I'm like, my lips look fine or my Botox looks fine, don't touch it up, she won't. But how it is for me is every 3-4 months I go in, I get the whole shebang. give her all my money, leave a very happy camper. So I think 3-4 months is quite normal. I do also know though that your metabolism is a huge factor in it. So if you have a fast metabolism, it will wear off faster. Also, if you work out a lot, it does wear off faster. So I think I also have those too, so yours might last longer. I do have a friend that gets Botox but only gets it twice a year, and that works for her, and that's great, and she's, you know, living her best life, and that's what works for her. That's what works for me. I think my situation might be more normal because that's what I hear more often, every 3 to 4 months. So keep that in mind. I think that I covered everything. If you have any more questions for me, you know, reach out, leave a comment, whatever. I hope that you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching this, and always feel free to ask me any other questions that you have, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.